Hey, all right, you see this? You see this? And you see this? A pack of envelopes. All right, so you need tape, a pen, and some envelopes, secure, and these are privacy tint envelopes. So let's talk about letter drops for a minute. Letter drops, depending on what company you work with, letter drops, you know, some don't want to be paying you. However, I'm gonna work with the ones that gonna pay me, right? So if you submit the letter drops within a certain period of time, like within 24 hours, they're a higher paying. So I do work for a higher paying company, I would say, but some of you work for Sandcastle, which is fine. Sandcastle, I think, pays like $15, but remember, you can negotiate. So if there's a letter drop and they want me to do it, yeah, you're gonna pay for the letter drop and the gas, and I do ask for the fee. But I generally don't do these, but if I'm going to the area and I don't mind, and I have my printer and I'm printing some stuff out, depending on what it is, I'll look and see. I will do the letter drop. I haven't had any issues. I actually ordered a drop vest, a different kind of vest, because I wanted to, I don't know, just have a different vest other than the inspector vest on that I have. So I wanted to have a different vest for when I'm doing those, and just be a little bit more presentable in case they answer the door. But remember, you're going out, you're taking a picture verifying the address when you go. A lot of times you'll have a letter included with your letter drop, in case they ask like who you are or what company or you're coming on behalf of, and you can show them your letter. You're gonna confidentially secure the letter, right? It's secure, and then you're just writing the name in blue or black ink, not red, okay? So that's it. So $35, $40, $30 for letter drops, and you're doing quite a bit of them in the area or wherever you're at. That's pretty good income within an hour for sure. Some of you are getting paid even the $15 depending on where you're at. I noticed, I think for a couple companies, try to negotiate your 1099, try to negotiate that contract. And also when you're in the area, make sure you're doing more than a few, so that you can you know, maximize. Print the letters out, get your envelopes ready, boom, and do the rounds and go, right? Just make sure you're smiling, you know, hi, I have a letter to deliver. You know, I don't really say much. If they answer the door, they answer the door. I did have an instance where someone answered the door, and I think that's why I stopped doing letter drops, because I was too compassionate about it. Too compassionate. You know, I wasn't attached to the outcome, and they wanted to stand there, open the letter, and then it was for a vehicle verification. I had to go out, do a vehicle verification, and the Sprinter van was in the backyard. It was hidden in the backyard type thing. And I wasn't going to be going all back there. So, you know, naturally went to the door to put the letter on the door. The wife answered the phone. He wasn't home yet. And I was taping the letter to the door. She's pregnant and then had a newborn standing there. I was like, oh God. So this was like a hot mess. But anyway, then the husband pulls up in the driveway. So I got uncomfortable about it. So, you know, there's a lot of stories about the letter drops, but go by your story and how you know, how your encounters have been. For the most part, I don't have any encounters. This was one of those occasions. But anyway, he wound up telling me what happened and how he lost his job and the business went down and different things of why he couldn't, whatever, financially afford. And, you know, that sad story. So I don't really want to run into that again. But you know, you're going to get the stories sometimes, and you just need to be sympathetic. You know, hey, I'm just delivering the letter. I'm just the messenger delivering the letter. But you know, when you're a person that people love to talk to, or just they feel comfortable with explaining, I just say, listen, do your best. I did tell them, do your best. Call the company if they're asking you to call. You know, remember, the letter is confidential. I'm not really in the business, but if they shared whatever they're, you know, wanting to share, I did tell them call, you know, and make arrangements, and everything is going to be okay. You know, just encourage them the best way you can, because we've all been through some financial hardships, and maybe you haven't, but I have, so I definitely understand how it can be. So that's letter drops. There you go for today. Oh, let me give you companies. I did drop companies. Sandcastle, you can go with them. CAC, C-A-C, remember I told you about them? All right, bye. Have a good day.